watching the Central Texas news leader, KXAN Austin News.
Maybe you've noticed, but finding a doctor is not as easy as it used to be. The number of family practice physicians is declining rapidly.
At least 2 here in Austin took down their shingles over the summertime, and many still in practice are having to get creative to survive. In a report we'll see only on Austin News, our Jim Swift looks closely at 2 of the approaches being tried: Dr. Charles Mullet's fee-for-service and Dr. William Jones' concierge medicine.
Hey, Reg. How are you today?
Good.
How you feeling?
Well, I got this rash that just started on my body.
Family practice physician Dr. Charles Millette used to take insurance until managed care companies began cutting back on payments.
A little bit of itch.
If you get shorted $20, $30, $40 per person per day, that's your profit. That's why you go out of business.
Did you experience insurance companies just flat not paying you?
Oh, sure. Yeah. Either they don't pay or it's such a struggle that it's not worth it. For instance, if they sort of habitually deny $30 claims, you can't afford to fight that.
So are you taking any medicines that you take regularly?
After almost 30 years in family practice, Dr. William Jones nearly quit.
I was being forced to see too many patients in a day in order to remain solvent, and I just thought, at that point I was 61 years old, and I said, look, I've got to find a different paradigm. If I can't find another way to do this, then I'm going to retire.
The new paradigm Dr. Jones chose is called concierge medicine. The patient pays a retainer fee, averaging $1,500 a year in advance. In return, patients can see the doctor the same day they call for an appointment. They never have to wait beyond their scheduled appointment time. There is no rush to finish the visit, and patients can call the doctor directly at home or on his cell phone whenever they need to.
Now hold your breath.
It worked out so well, Jones' son, Dr. Mason Jones, joined the practice.
We do like to provide a higher tier of care, but it's not really fair for me to say that I'm providing better care than my cohorts out there.
Well, it would be very politically unwise, but isn't it true? I mean, if you spend more time with a patient, don't you run a chance of providing better care?
Yes.
It's like the difference between staying at the Motel 6 or staying at the Four Seasons. At the Four Seasons, everyone's bending over backwards to make sure that you're happy and that you like being there because they want you to come back.
But at the Motel 6, you still get a bed.
You still get a bed.
You're still going to get a night's rest.
And you're going to get air conditioning and clean towels, and you're going to get everything else. You just don't have the same level of personal service.
I'm not doing the concierge practice and getting, $1,200 a year per patient. I'm only seeing people when they need me.
For Dr. Millette, a different choice. It's called fee-for-service. Patients pay $85 for an office visit. Usually they get seen the same day they called. The visit is unhurried, but Millette does not accept insurance. His patients have to file with their insurance companies for reimbursement on their own.
Well, that's what's missing back from medicine is the fun of taking care of people. That's still the treasure that people have forgotten in the busyness, and that's what I'm having fun again doing.
There was a time, back in the Norman Rockwell days, when all of this seemed so much easier. It's harder now, and likely to get harder still. Jim Swift, KXAN, Austin News.
Meanwhile, a coalition of groups representing almost 15,000 doctors is out with a new report that says the state of Texas is facing a drastic impending shortage of primary care physicians. Unless changes are made, the doctors warn the Texas healthcare system will crumble. You'll find a link to the full Primary Care Coalition report and to the websites of the physicians in Jim's report at our website, KXAN.com.
So tough these days. I like that Four Seasons kind of treatment.
Oh, you always are pampered, aren't you? It's